Going live. Alright, guys. Ready to begin? Yeah, I think we lost some money already. Anyways.
I heard that.
That's my Coke.
Alright, cool. So basically, we'll just start off with some announcements about NodeBB. Nothing really major, just some really cool information like ForumCon, which is coming up in, I think, Thursday. This coming Thursday, which is really exciting. And the really cool, exciting news is that we're going to be sending Andrew down there.
Yep, the most antisocial guy in our group.
Yeah, and we're sending Andrew down there so he can spread the word about NodeBB and other important information like that. Basically, just get people excited about modern forum software and how NodeBB fits into that worldview. Yeah, so luckily for us, we're media partners with them. So in exchange for us doing a couple of tweets for them and so on, we get 25% off tickets for anyone who's interested, and if you want to, you can just pick those up. They're on our Twitter feed. The link is on our Twitter feed right now. Yeah, so if you're in the area, or if you feel like going, you should definitely check out ForumCon, and so on and so on.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll buy you coffee. Actually, no, you buy me a coffee.
Alright, that's enough plugging for ForumCon, I think, right? NodeBB 0.5.0 is coming soon. We're thinking in a couple weeks' time, right?
Hooray.
Guys?
Yeah. A little bit behind, but
yeah. 0.5 has been in the works for a while. Not really planned to be that way, but we got some really cool things coming out. And the idea behind a big jump from 0.4.3 to 0.5 is that breaking changes get involved. So then, API changes and a whole bunch of plugins break and so on. So it's if you're running a production system, probably don't upgrade to 0.5 until we get all the bugs sorted out. But very exciting. New features coming out, such as tags and post sorting inside topics. And if you're already on the master branch, you actually already have those, which is pretty exciting. But for everyone else running production instances of NodeBB who are on 0.4.3, it's comparatively less fun. So right now we got 33 languages and Transifex. Cool. 96 plugins and 11 themes, which is
96 plugins, 4 more to go.
Yeah, that's like 8 more themes than I thought we had, so that's pretty awesome.
4 of which Trevor made.
Yeah. Stuff that we don't have in NodeBB yet, we have, I think, Andrew's working on the badges system. If you could give us a little blurb on that, Andrew.
The badge system? It's going to be like the coolest badge system ever.
Thanks for that.
It's all in the wraps, you know what I'm saying? Actually, I told Trevor about it like recently. What we're trying to do is make badges, like each individual badge, a plugin in itself, so you can look into all the hooks. So let's just say that a hook that sends an email or a hook that after you register or something like that. So you just registered. Welcome, you've got a badge. Something like that. So that's what hopefully we can launch in a week or two. I'm hoping. Coming soon.
Yeah, awesome. And I know we have a lot of requests for multi-person chat. We don't know if we're going to implement that yet, but a lot of people seem to like the idea of having chat with more than one person at the same time. And we even have Shoutbox already plugin available, which sort of gets you about 70-80% of the way there.
Shoutbox is already doing that, right? It's multi-person.
Yep, multi-person chat. Although it's more of a global thing where you have a chat with everybody on a forum at once, as opposed to, let's say, you want to invite, kind of like a Hangouts, 2 or 3 people just to have a chat. Yeah. So usually I shoot down the idea by saying, you don't want multi-person chats because you're on a forum. So if you want to chat with 2 people, you would just start a topic. Really cool thing I want to announce is that we're planning on working with a startup in San Francisco called Pushbullet to bring push notifications to NodeBB. So a lot of people end up using wanting to use some sort of app like TapTalk or use emails to get notifications when people post topics and so on. But the idea of integrating push notifications is a really big one, so you can actually get notifications on your phone. We don't have a working demo yet, but we're working with them to get something out the door pretty soon, so that's very exciting. So keep that in mind. Hopefully for 0.5 or 0.5.1, you'll have some sort of push notification feature coming soon.
Sounds exciting.
Yeah. We also have a lot of people asking about Redis as a backend store because with Redis everything is sorry. Yeah, with Redis everything is stored in memory, which might not be so good for database persistence. But so we're looking into alternatives such as working with MongoDB or using more like a memory caching layer instead of just a dedicated primary data store. Yeah, we also have people asking about whether we want to allow a MySQL driver for NodeBB, which unfortunately we're going to say no for, only because it's a lot of resources. Yeah, there you go, thumbs up. A lot of resources that we're not going to put into.
Somebody actually asked for a MySQL driver?
Some people do, mostly because it's kind of like comparing us to PHP-BB. So, you know,
Okay.
I have a MySQL server on
do
my...
like a CSV file driver.
Yeah.
Andrew still hasn't finished the level DB one, so I don't know.
That level DB driver was a fail.
I wrote it for MongoDB, so I'm not
finish the level DB driver first, then we'll talk. All right.
Yeah. That's never gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah,
what sounds good in you guys?
What's up?
PostgreSQL.
Yeah. A lot of people use that, especially our competitor Discord that use PostgreSQL, but they also use Redis as well. So the cool thing about NodeBB is that we use Redis primarily, and everything is stored in there, which makes it a lot easier for us to work with, as well as having one less dependency to fall back on. So, yeah. Working, well, I guess I'm working here and there to streamline the install process. I haven't much to show for it, but the thing is, a lot of people are by you gotta use a command line to install the DB. So if we can get some sort of browser-based install, is ideally something that would help. That would be helpful. Yeah. So I guess right now we can open up the floor to
Julian, you're
Q&A. Literally, what's my favorite color?
You sound like a robot for a little.
What's up? Okay.
Fix your internet.
Yeah. Possibly my internet is cutting out. In any case, yeah, you guys, mute your mics. Let's hear you guys, and let's ask some questions.
Well, I'm sure you guys probably hear this one a lot, but my first question is about subforums.
You mean categories, right?
Yeah, subcategories and subforums and that. But I'm sure you guys hear that a lot.
That's pretty much your number one like requested thing. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been on our mind. And it was gonna toss up on whether we do that one first or tags and Barge. That's up and the tag. So, assuming that subcategories will come in the next release, the next major release or minor release. But it's something that's on our mind, especially for really busy forums. When you've got, you know, like 1,000 different kind of topics going on your forum, it's a good thing to have, especially if you can make your own categories. That's really good.
Yeah. Mar makes a good point that subforums actually have been one of the features that one of the feature requests that we've gotten ever since way back in the beginning last year when we started developing NodeBB. And we sort of mitigated that with the introduction of tags, so you can tag topics with certain keywords so that it allows you to organize tags a little bit better, but not quite the same as having dedicated subforums. Yeah, man.
I
We're
like
open to adding
Korean
features if you pay us money for it.
Yeah.
I felt that that would come up if she's got good grades. Yeah.
Alright, Jillian, after how many times I come to IRC for helping complaints, how much do you hate me? Depends, Seth. What's your name on IRC?
I can probably guess. I knew it.
Oh, man.
That's WB.
No worries, man.
No, we've
When I
got
go on IRC,
a board.
I'm there to try and help in any case. So, as
All the
long as
people
you
that we
don't
don't.
as long as you don't find my email and start sending me emails every 5 minutes that something is broken, you're good. What's up with Afraid to Ask? Okay, cool. So Afraid to Ask is, I think, one of our largest installs. Uh, one of our largest installs, and it's actually a migration from an existing forum software. I think they were using NodeBB or something like that. So
Yeah,
I
UDB.
yeah, the idea was the forum itself has been around for, I don't know, something ridiculous like 10 years. They don't get a lot of traffic anymore, mostly because their primary demographic age is out. You know, you sign onto the forum when you're 12 or 14 or something, when you're discovering yourself, and everyone is like 20 now, so you don't really go onto that thing anymore. But the thing is, they do get a lot of visitors. I think they're averaging about 10 or 20 concurrent users, which is not much, I guess, when you think about ideally high traffic forums with like 100 or 200 concurrent, but they have a fair number of visitors coming in. For the most part, it is kind of read only. You can only post. All right. Question 2: what are the top 3 biggest NodeBB forums? Off the top of my head, I think Afraid to Ask is one of them. Andrew Barrett, can you think of any other ones?
I'm checking. Q buckets.
Oh yeah, you have the big list. Thanks, Andrew. Yeah, I will admit my parents own a NodeBB. Because why not? Supporting their kid and all, right? Yeah, they own a birding forum. Because birding is all the rage in Canada. Yeah, man. Yeah, actually, when it comes to potential markets for people who are interested in having NodeBBs, we find a lot of interest in people who are running either gaming forums or, for some reason, Minecraft. Lots of Minecraft forums. And Bitcoins.
And I feel like this is my here we go, end the card.
Do you guys have any plans to market NodeBB?
Yeah, we're currently marketing NodeBB through our hosting platform. So that is where all of our money comes in, basically. And when we talk about marketing us through ads, yeah, through the next month or so, that is the idea. That's where we're going to be exploring some avenues down that road. Text-based ads, image ads, that sort of thing. What would be really cool would be to get, a big corporate sponsor or a celebrity to come and endorse NodeBB. Nothing yet, but yeah, still hoping.
Michael Phelps, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, there's one for you, Andrew.
Oh yeah, thank you, Bunny. When I was in high school, I was in a band, and I don't really get a somebody meet out, I guess. So that's my name. Always been like that. I've been pretty active in PHP, BB. You've heard of that before when I was younger. So when you're a kid, they're like, don't say your name on the internet. Pretty much. And it's stuck. I could use my real name.
Yeah, you should use your real name, just like, Barish and I. You gotta be legitimate instead of this shadowy Psycho Bunny
People
character.
can't spell Rodriguez, man. It's like it's with an S or a Z or a Q even sometimes. I don't know. But there you go. That's nice.
Alright, let's see there. Yeah, man, Birding, take that, Jeff Atwood.
What are we doing about Jeff Atwood?
No, nothing. Birding, take that, Jeff Atwood. Alright. plugin quantity both intrigues and scares me. Will plugin developers be able to keep up with new releases, or will we see a good number of broken forums? Right. So with plugins specifically, the difficulty we're seeing right now is that every time we release a new minor version, such as 0.4.3 to 0.5, you get a lot of breaking changes. And it's been breaking more recently, mostly because we've been working so hard at NodeBB. So we've been developing a lot, and a lot of the underlying API does change. We're coming to a stage right now where we're hoping that this will happen much less often. So more stable API. So whereas ever since 0.2 or 0.3, we've been doing something like 0.2, 0.1, 0. And we jump straight to 0.3.0. And we have one or two patch versions, and we jump to the next minor version. We're hoping to change this so that we actually have more patch versions so that the API doesn't change. And the idea behind that is to let plugin developers actually get more than, say, a month in before their plugins are obviously need updating. The other thing we really want to do is to allow plugin authors to specify both upper and lower limit compatibility so that forum users can't just click install and then install a plugin that breaks the forum. And on the other hand, we also want to make the forum less prone to completely stalling when a broken plugin is installed. So there are multiple solutions to this sort of problem that we're looking into. No worries. It's a problem that we're really looking for solutions towards, and I really want to get it resolved because. Oh, sorry about that. Because
maybe turn off your video.
Yeah. Okay.
Although you're quite good looking and everything, but.
I was just gonna say, yeah, we're looking to resolve this problem because extensibility is a really big part of NodeBB, and we don't want to alienate developers so much that they have to keep coming back every 5 days to update their plugin. So.
But to expand on what he said, I think we're coming to a place where we're actually pretty happy with how the plugin system is working. So, if anything, I'm seeing a few changes in the theme system more often. But for plugins, I think post 0.5, we should be 0.35. We should be okay. 0.5. Two more questions.
Yeah, the idea is post 0.5, we're looking to make NodeBB much more stable in terms of the API. Right.
I got some questions.
All right. With summer vacation approaching fast, do you plan on commencing advertisements? Yes.
We've pretty much just done, and that's all of Julian's focus right now.
Yeah, we really want to focus more on. The thing is, I'm sort of scaling back my development and doing more business development. I guess so, switching from one type of development to another. So I do all the meeting clients and all that stuff, hopefully, so I can spread the word. And well, you know what? You can't underplay Andrew's involvement in him flying all the way to San Francisco to go to ForumCon, which at this point, once again, I will do a shameless plug for ForumCon. 25% off tickets. Links available on our Twitter feed. Go to ForumCon, San Francisco. ...
Now you're backing up the wrong tree!
Oh my god. What am I looking at?
Why is Mike?
I don't like your shameless plugging of your stuff!
Why
You're
is the
gonna
dog
plug
talking?
something, you got to plug it right! Make it a pun or something, don't do
Like, it's so surreal. What's happening right now?
Well done.
That was funny.
What was I gonna
I
say?
just probably jumped. Sabotaging our.
I like how you guys had mute each other. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, we have, for some reason, a lot of interest in NodeBB from people who run Minecraft forums, and another one was Bitcoin forums or alternative currency forums. Mostly because I think these are fairly new genres that are looking for forums. So a lot of people with existing communities, let's say autocar forums or something, they already have a forum, a really big forum that's already established. So they're not going to be looking for NodeBB to switch because they're going to have to migrate something like 6 million posts or something ridiculous like that, right? So, alternative currencies in general being a new burgeoning market, and Minecraft, I guess everyone loves the ability to host your own server, and when you host your own server, why not have a forum? So, yeah, those guys, Minecraft, I would love to have our business consist only of Minecraft servers, but you mentioned they don't actually
Seems legit. Oh, somebody muted him.
Oh man.
That's okay. We needed a 5-minute break there. Now back to serious conversation. Did we lose Julian? Somebody muted him. Or
He
did I
muted
mute him?
himself.
Oh, did I? Sorry about that. What was I gonna say? I would love to have a Dogecoin forum.
A Dogecoin forum? That can be arranged for sure.
Theme. Oh, that's a good question. Trevor, would you like to answer that one? Apparently, we're asking Trevor anything
I
now.
think the
As
answer
well.
is no, because no, that's Convo's team. They can do it. You don't
The
have
idea
to-
behind
I mean,
Majestic, Trevor's theme, is that it's work that he's doing on his own site. Although he is, I believe, opening up for sale on our hosting platform at this moment. Although you can always approach him one-on-one and he can work something out with you. We're not in the business of stifling our theme developers, so yeah.
Somebody already bought NodeBBThemes.com as well. I was gonna nab that. Somebody already bought.
Yeah, that happened like what 6 or 8 months ago.
That's
Yeah.
actually my secret business. Don't tell anybody.
I think Trevor would love
It
that.
still have the same landing page with the German and English icon.
Yeah. Who bought that?
No idea.
We
have no idea.
probably do a whoever whatever.
The idea is we basically say that we welcome you to use the NBB acronym, and we kindly ask that you don't use NodeBB in the title or as a domain name. But people don't listen, and to be honest, I don't really care that much as long as you're not buying a domain and then serving like malware or something like that. Otherwise, no need to get all no need to lawyer up to chase down somebody with the NodeBBThemes.com, right?
So wait. So NBB is the
NBB
acronym?
is the unofficial acronym. Yeah, kind of like with WordPress, you're not allowed to use WordPress as a name for a forum. So you can't have WordPressThemes.com, but you can have WPThemes.com because WP is the unofficial acronym for WordPress.
All right.
That's if you want to do start something, just give us a shout and we can work something out.
In general, we'll probably take out a trademark on a name NodeBB. It is, what is it? It's not restricted at the moment, but it ought to be.
All right. Well, I just bought NBBThemes.com.
Well, that was fast.
Well, thank you for the tape, I guess.
Yeah. Seth, there is no policy regarding of copyright in the footer. You're welcome to remove it. You're welcome to change it. Although it does provide a nice link back to us. But you are under no obligation to keep it.
You want the code back? Yeah, hold on, I'll get it.
No, actually, Seth, you got to reinstall NodeBB. Sorry, man.
No. To Kamal, when we release 0.5, that means that we're happy with what we built. No issues, hopefully. So, it's really your
Yeah. We're praying that there are no issues. Sacrifice a goat, that sort of thing. Like I mentioned earlier, every time we do a minor release, we find out a couple of days later that things have gone horribly wrong. but only for upgrades, and new installs usually work fine. So until maybe a couple days afterwards, then you can take that. I mean, I think every single minor version we've re-released that same version a couple times afterwards, mostly because there's some breaking change we did not anticipate. Okay, you guys don't have to ask us questions about
I'm gonna
NodeBB.
meet Jeff Scovin this week. It's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, I'm so excited. You should definitely buy a pair of Google Glass and set up a live streaming, and then just broadcast your day at before I'm gone. That would be so awesome.
Hi, Danielle.
Hello.
So what made you guys originally, like at the very get-go, like a year ago, you said you started development. What was the first motivation for you guys to start the NodeBB project?
I tell you the truth, but I'd probably get in trouble for that.
I don't know if because there is a story as to why we sort of looked into starting NodeBB, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it anymore. So basically, I'm going to mention that Andrew did some work with PHPBB in the past, and has been a prolific mod writer for PHPBB. So just having all that domain experience in the industry, may as well put that to use, right? And the whole idea behind NodeBB is the fact that it's mobile ready and mobile responsive and with real-time communication, so that it's just, we're getting to the point in web applications where we're increasingly bridging the gap between native applications and web applications. So much so that a web application is like, I don't know, 90% of the way kind of like a native application. And we're hoping that, in a couple months, hopefully, we can actually, get on par with native applications, so that NodeBB can actually be used really well on the web. And it's already doing quite well right now. I mean, can you imagine 2 years ago using something like NodeBB on a phone would have been, even using something like NodeBB would have been killer. And as it stands right now, using old forum softwares like PHPBB or VB, it's just a pain, mostly because you got to zoom in and everything.
What, Ditmar is in a rave or something like that.
Yeah.
No, I mean the reason why I ask is because when I first discovered NodeBB, it was kind of like this kind of crazy feeling, and like this is something that not only is an eventuality, but it is so much better than PHPBB and MyBB and SMF and every other forum software that I use. And I've been using forum softwares my entire life, and none of them really match up with how NodeBB is working out. So, kudos to you guys for making something that's way better.
Yeah, thanks so much. Yeah, I really appreciate it because, we put in a lot of effort into building this, and, right at the beginning, we weren't setting out to, make oodles of money with this. We just wanted to build something because we identified a hole in the market, and we were sort of, I guess, really early into the market of the whole building a more modern forum software. We have other competitors like Zen4 is doing really well, even with their old PHP MySQL stack, or we have Discourse as well. But hopefully we can do something good with NodeBB. We're still fairly early in the game.
What number were we on Google for that one?
Kamal, at some point we created a Wikipedia entry, but someone deleted it, so someone else has to create that entry.
Exactly. One of you guys.
Our team can create it, so.
Alright, I'll create it. Anything I should include in particular?
Well, there was this community software page where it compares everything.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. So you guys got deleted out of the table?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, I'll try to put it back in.
Oh boy, yeah, when we talk about Wikipedia, yeah, we had a page and we had a row in the table, but we weren't what is the term? We weren't notable enough, so we got speedy deleted, which is even worse than just
It was
normal
like
regular
early days,
deletion.
like the first 2 months or something.
Yeah, it was the first few months, and you know, it'd be nice to have an article. So, and the idea is, of course, behind Wikipedia is that you're not supposed to create an article about yourself or your own product. So if someone else could do it, that would be fantastic.
That can be arranged. I'm sure the community can work something out.
Yes. You know what we need, actually? We need the Colbert bump.
The Colbert bump. Wow, that would be nice.
That'd be nice, eh? It's about time. He hasn't had a forum software on his show in a while, or ever.
Forever.
He had the guys from Snapchat on, so you know what? It's only a hop, skip, and a jump to forum software, right? We're next, guys. We're next. Someone get me in touch with his media representative. A. Smith posted a reply. Oh, I see. It's 4 a.m. where A. Smith is, so he's not here.
I thought he was in England.
I don't know. Maybe.
That should be like 2 a.m. or something, or 1 a.m.
Well, he's somewhere in Europe, I guess, right? Okay, so question: what did you think of the latest Ontario election? I'm not a very political person as it stands. Good question, by the way. But what I will say is that.
Is that you're from Ontario?
Sorry?
That's from Ontario?
He's asking. There you go.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it was for Ontario, Andrew. Clearly, you didn't vote.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say, yeah.
Not paying attention to the community.
Yeah, our political parties are not quite as exciting as the ones in America. So I had no real swing one way or the other. So I basically voted for the party with the political ideals that most align with my own. So
Julian votes for Rob Ford.
that's right. Unfortunately, wrong election, but yeah. And also, I can't vote for the Toronto mayorship. But yes, those American participants here will know all about Rob Ford, right?
Everybody knows about Rob Ford. He's an investor for NodeBB, by the way.
Talking about Rob Ford? Oh, yeah. Rob Ford for mayor.
Or even London's mayor, who just got convicted for fraud.
All right. Let's see. What about NodeBB 1.0 look like? That's a good question. Something we set out to do really early on was to have a new theme released on our community website every minor version. So the idea is you would see something new for 0.5.0. We usually don't actually do that. I think we are up to 0.4.2 by the time Lavender got put on the community website. But we want to have new themes. So the cool thing is about the theming engine is that it allows you to do all sorts of different things with the templates, and you can change the entire look of it. I mean, just look at Convo. It looks completely different from a vanilla NodeBB install. So when you ask me what NodeBB could look like a year from now, or at 1.0, it could look completely different. And to be honest, I have no idea what it could look like.
The idea is that once the platform starts getting a little bit more stable, we'll start focusing hard on themes, getting a whole bunch of variety out there. We focused a lot on modularity, like with this stuff, and hoping to be able to mix and match. If you like the Lavender's masonry, for example, you can take that and put it in your next theme. You know, stuff like that. Just put it together and choose your color scheme. We're hoping.
That's a good question that Kamal asked about star.ow.me. That website, Chinese website, I have no idea who. Yeah, as Trevor says, someone just stole his code, his styles, and put it on his own site. And it's funny because
at that point, it's not technically.
Yeah, it wasn't open source at the point. Yeah. And the cool thing about NodeBB is that, sure, the majority of our visitors are from the US. I think something like 90%. And a non-insignificant percentage are from China. So we have a lot of people then from the visiting from China who are looking to have a forum software. And the unfortunate thing about Chinese developers in particular is that English is not their first language. So, you often see a very low percentage of Chinese developers on Stack Overflow, for example, because none of the content is usable for them. So that's why you actually see a Chinese Stack Overflow, not named as such, of course, but the Chinese knockoff, I guess, of Stack Overflow, and it's very popular there. Just the same reason why the Chinese have their own search engine, their own social network, mostly because they don't know English, right? Oh, Seth, you can try registering my name, but I think I've registered my name already.
I do like Taro Mead's topic view. I'm thinking of stealing that idea. Actually. I'll steal it back. Everybody happy.
AOW.
That site is taking forever to load.
I was gonna
like
say.
5 people loading it at one time.
It's okay. Their servers are halfway across the world.
Just DDoS their server from 5 people.
Everybody,
F5.
I don't know if that. I don't know if that reflects poorly on their servers or NodeBB, but.
Let's see. It's your fault.
Oh yeah, I guess one thing I should also announce, and I neglected to mention this at the beginning, is that Andrew put a lot of work into speeding up NodeBB for 0.5. So I think at some point, loads for cold loads from hard refresh for NodeBB were taking something like 4 or 5 seconds, and we got that down to about 1. So.
I didn't do a lot of hard work. It was just easy.
You did a sizable amount of work, and even little hacks to make things look faster and feel faster. I love the work that he does. So, for example, the prefetcher is one of those things where if you hover your mouse over a link, NodeBB starts loading that link behind the scenes, and then when you click it, it just flashes the complete loaded and rendered content on the page. Or a little hack that Andrew did way long ago with with Lavender is that loading bar, when you click on a link, it jumps to something like between 60 and 80%, but we don't actually know how far along the process has been. It just jumps to somewhere random in sort of that 3/4 of the way finished range, so that it looks like it's doing something, because it takes, I think, something like, I don't know, 300 milliseconds or so to get up to that point, and by that point usually the page has loaded. So it actually is fairly accurate, but it does look like it's doing something right when you click on the button. So those little hacks, I love them. Fantastic work.
Okay. It's still being on mobile, and we're hoping that when we get the new WebSocket.io, the new version, we're gonna have a new platform. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever plan to move the main site theme off of Lavender onto something new?
Yep, that's a good question. We're thinking of doing something like that. We're very impressed by Trevor's work with his themes on Convo.com. So we're looking to, I don't know, I guess this is the place to announce it, but we're going to take the really cool bits off of his theme and put it onto a new custom theme. We're probably looking to move away from some of the distinguishing features of Lavender. So, for example, the masonry for the categories. A lot of people are fans of it, and a lot of people aren't. So,
yeah, actually, let's get a little vote going on right here. Like, what do you guys think of the masonry? I've heard
+1 or -1.
I've heard good things about it. It was more of like I just woke up one day and went, "Hey, let's do it."
I'm not a big masonry fan, and when I was considering NodeBB versus Discourse, I'm actually using both of them, by the way. But the Discourse people were making fun of the masonry, saying it looked like Pinterest, so I might have been unduly influenced by them. But that's probably why I don't like it.
Come on, I'm just glad that you're here today.
We've got some plugins, we've got some themes that don't use masonry. There's a plugin right now that converts your home page to like a more traditional look. So we're looking like, I mean, any feedback is valuable to us. But whatever, it's not built into NodeBB. It's a theme that's an add-on.
The whole idea with launching themes on our community forum is to showcase an aspect of NodeBB that is new and exciting. So way at the beginning, before we even had the idea of themes, we had vanilla theme. And the cool idea behind that was that our categories were in boxes on a page, and then you click on a box and it goes into the category, right? And because a lot of people were used to just the whole static table style layout, and that gets boring quick. So people responded really well to that. Lavender had masonry, which also received quite well, and because the entire thing looks just, on first impressions were very favorable, and we got a lot of interest because of that. But at the same time, of course, we got a lot of negative reviews because, again, like Trevor mentioned, masonry is not mostly for it's not for content; it's more for images, like Pinterest, exactly. So, for the next theme for community, we're still looking for something new and exciting to hit on, but we haven't really come up with that yet. But we shall see. A lot of people love Convo. A lot.
Yeah, Convo is pretty good. Good job, man.
Yeah, we should just put Convo on the main community forum, right?
Yeah, I don't think Trevor sleeps at all because like sometimes I look at the site at 10 o'clock at night, and I wake up at like 6, and it's different, like totally different.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways, I've got the new theme laid out for you.
Oh yeah.
You guys just let me know what you think.
I like that.
Classic song.
Yeah, we should come up with a theme that uses just green color on black and mono-spaced font. 80 characters across.
It's responsive, man. It'll fit on your phone.
Yeah. Shoutbox is Eric Shamper's, I think, his baby. He loves that plugin, and he has it on Bitbangers, and he usually fixes issues within a couple of days. So it's a plugin he really wants to get going. A lot of people don't use it, and I don't know why, but a lot of gaming forums do use it. We don't, mostly because it's an aesthetic decision. I wouldn't hold it against him, but we're not. Sorry, yeah.
The main reason why we are not using the Shoutbox is that we want to keep everything internet searchable. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
If you ask a question, you want somebody to be able to Google it 2 weeks from now or 2 months from now, right? So it's in our interest to keep everything on the phone. But I could see it going really well in like a gaming community.
No, Seth, what do you mean about code hire? Hiring coders to fix issues that we don't want to fix?
I guess code hire is some kind of product.
Let's just Google it. I am capable, after all.
The world's best tech jobs, code hire.
Jobs for coders.
Find your dream job.
I think code hire needs a forum.
Man, my laptop is gonna explode. I think I'm at like 90% memory. Since when does Hangout use so much data? It's using 1 gigabyte. Holy crap.
What I love about NodeBB is that it's lean. The fact that I've got it running on a Raspberry Pi and it runs just as fast as it does on a desktop is pretty exciting.
Really?
Minus the login.
Yeah, except for logging in. You gotta hack it a little bit because we use bcrypt.js and the Raspberry Pi doesn't do so well interpreting languages like JavaScript, for example. So native compiled binaries like C are faster, obviously. So, but yeah, serving pages are fast on a Raspberry Pi, especially because the majority of data that is transferred when you go from page to page on NodeBB is just data. If you go from let's say you go from category to topic, you load the topic template if you haven't been there before, but if you have been before, then it doesn't load it again, and all you really load from the server is the actual content. No header, no CSS, no JavaScript that gets executed, and all that. So it saves a lot. And when you have a Raspberry Pi, and every byte counts basically, every processor cycle counts, it does really well. The idea with NodeBB and exposure, I keep thinking the reason is because we don't have a celebrity backing us. We need someone like Matt Mullenweg or
J-Lo.
Jeff Atwood.
I want J-Lo.
Jay-Z, man. Oh no, we need Ashton Kutcher. He does tech stuff.
Well, like, you're a celebrity, Julian. Go out and...
I'm a celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you Google my name, I'm a Hong Kong celebrity. Yeah, man.
All right, come on. Hit me up if you're free or something. Just send me a message.
All right, cool. Later.
Take care, man.
See ya, man. Oh, he left. Oh. For the most part, we're based out of the Toronto area. We like to do community outreach, do some exposure for NodeBB by going to developer events in Toronto. Obviously, because money's tight, we're not going to be flying all over the place. Although we are, it'd be cool if we could, speak at events like LXJS in Lisbon or Feature.js in Barcelona and stuff like that. It'll happen soon. ForumCon is just one step.
Suddenly Andrew is quiet.
Is Chad going to show up on YouTube?
Oh man.
That's a good question. I have no idea. I don't know. I've never used this Hangouts on Air thing. It seems pretty cool.
Are themes going to require a lot of maintenance going forward? Every iteration of NodeBB and such.
Good question. And if you want to take that one.
We're coming close to a point where we're getting pretty happy with how things are looking. Not just yet, which is why I feel like probably Trevor is bald, because a lot of the times that he's had to tear out his hair and redo the themes. But since then, when he come on, like, I think he's gone a little bit more stable, and we're looking to start doing something where we let theme designers know in advance what's happening, and provide more documentation on what's actually going on. Right now, it's kind of a bit of a different name. So it's like, oh, what broke? Let me check out the commits, right? But yeah, we're pretty close to something more stable. So I'm looking, hopefully, in the next version we can solidify it.
What we'd like to do is we could do some sort of migration guide, not migration guide, just a change log for our API, our public API for NodeBB, mostly because recently we do things like the topic hash used to be username, user slug, but now it's behind an object, so it's user.name, user.slug. So then those things end up causing trouble for theme developers because you have those variables coded into the template. Yeah, so we will every time we do something like that, we should probably update the change log just to notify people that these things have changed. Yeah. basically, we can just count on Trevor to complain to us every time something in the API changes, and then we can add to the change log, right?
Yeah, that change log would be really helpful.
Yeah.
The thing
Every
is that
time we
we've got,
do
like, one modern team
a
developer.
breaking change, or no, every time we do a minor,
We lost you.
I was gonna say, every time we do a topic on a forum, which I know is not exactly out there, but we do have a topic for the gotchas, basically. So the upgrade hiccups that you might run into as a plugin or theme developer. It's not exhaustive, but it gets you most of the way there. We try to keep it as up to date as possible. Let me see if I can find the one for 0.5.
I did. It's in chat.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
It's not exhaustive at all. Like, it's pretty. I think going forward we should do something that.
Okay. Let me ask, what kind of TV shows do you guys watch?
Game of Thrones.
Not as old.
Of course. Yo, man, don't ruin the last episode for me. I haven't watched it yet.
I haven't watched it either, so don't say.
Time to spoil.
What's your one? What's your one yesterday?
Hmm?
What's your one yesterday?
Yeah, it was the series finale.
Seriously?
Dumbledore,
Okay. Now I'm 2 episodes behind. Fantastic. It's okay. You can't really spoil anything for me because I read the books. So I guess I have the upper hand here, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
You can spoil the whole thing for me.
spoil it straight onto YouTube for everybody.
Guys, dragons, guys. Dragons everywhere. No, not really. I have no idea.
What do you guys think about, like, we discussed this internally, but we so far decided not to add it. It's something like we were thinking of adding into NodeBB, so when some people install it outside of our hosting platform, every month it pings back our servers and tells us like usage statistics. So we don't know if we should add it or if it should be opt-in, opt-out, I don't know.
Phone hosting. People might not be happy with that, mostly because let's say you install it on like a secure government server and now everyone's home. That could trigger some sort of alarm. So
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, for our gaming community, we're installing it on like a secure server with like a proxy and stuff like that. So having something that pings back would probably freak our IT team out.
we'd probably bundle it in as a plugin for NodeBB, but most likely not activated. So it comes pre-installed, and if you want to, like those checkboxes that say contribute to anonymous usage statistics and so on. We don't want to be, all corporate and evil like that, but it'd be nice to have some usage statistics.
I'm just letting you know right now that when you go to the plugin page, you're actually making an API call to our server. We're not keeping track of it right now, so I mean we could easily if we wanted to, but we aren't.
You were speaking about TV shows earlier. Speaking of that, there's 2 sites that got hacked pretty recently. They're really popular. They got hacked due to their forum software. My Anime List and Manga Trader, both hacked because of their forum software. You should try to get in there.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. You should let me know. There were a lot of forum administrators looking to switch forum software after I think it was vBulletin that had an exposure, and a lot of big name sites got hacked, like straightdope.com. So obviously, we'd like to say that we're most secure, but we're open source, so the more eyes on the code, the better. For the most part, I think right now we have no outstanding security issues that we know of.
Do you want me to say it during the Q&A, or do you want to bring it up after?
security issues, you just email us at our first names at NodeBB.org.
Okay.
Yep. Guess we're not as secure as we thought. But that's the idea, right? Whenever a vulnerability gets discovered, we can patch it super quick because we don't have many layers of middle management to go through before something gets pushed.
And keep it that way.
Yeah, that's the idea.
So I have a question here.
Yep.
What type of themes would you guys like to see?
That's a good question. What kind of things would I like to see? In terms of what exactly? Like themes or so on?
What kind
Yeah,
of
like-
theme would you like to see?
Yeah, like Minecraft, like a Minecraft theme. What else? Something along those lines.
EVE Online?
Yeah.
I see. That's a good question. I wish I could get into more games, but the only games I play right now are like old games like Age of Empires and so on. But when it comes to kind of what I want to see in the next theme, I think one thing we'd all like to see is a darker theme, and I think Andrew has mentioned that we want a more simple theme. Not simple in terms of less stuff on the screen, but more traditional. That's the word. Yeah, traditional theme with a forum category layout that is less jarring for the for a new user to transition to. Because a lot of users don't like change, especially when you spring a new forum software on somebody. They end up thinking, "Oh, I don't like this. I don't know how to use it. It looks really complicated." And I think, I guess Mal's not here anymore, but he can vouch for the fact that left and right, of people on the discourse forums like to complain that discourse is too difficult to use, even though comparatively to what you built is actually not that difficult. Neither is NodeBB, but some people might view a transition as being tough. See, Trevor says discourse is too hard for him. So clearly, it's too hard for everybody. You want to sort of balance the theme being very out there and being novel and new, but we also don't want it to be too complicated or too jarring at the same time. So it's a tricky balance to strike.
All right. The thing is, like, you have NodeBB versus Discourse as far as templates go. Discourse doesn't really have templates like that, but NodeBB does. So that's where the advantage is at, for me anyway, and probably for a lot of people, because all of the Discourse themes that I see, they kind of all look the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
they're recolored.
Right, and that's because of they don't have a real solid template engine. When I was editing it, I had to use the built-in CSS editor that they had, and that's only CSS. So I would have to go in manually to edit the actual template itself using the handlebars, and that's just too much work. Whereas NodeBB, you just have a simple template engine, and you have the less files. That makes it way more simple.
Yeah, and I think Andrew is to be congratulated for that because he's putting more work into.
But thank you.
Yeah, making that template engine of his. A lot of his focus has been on making a template engine that works well, because having to work with them. Not to say that templating engines like Handlebars is bad, because arguably they're a positive, a good thing to use. But in general, having our own template engine to roll has been a learning experience for Andrew. Plus the fact that we're allowed to make optimizations for it that you wouldn't get when you're using something like Handlebar. So Good question about the ACP. Do you plan on letting things like moderators have access to the ACP? Right now, I would say that we're thinking no on that, mostly because administrators get access to the administrative panel. Moderators get access to moderator tools on the site itself, and that's which administrators have as well. But we're looking to make some really radical changes to the admin panel. Like I mentioned earlier, a lot of people were complaining about the fact that you have some broken plugins on our plugins page, and if you click install and restart your forum, you end up breaking your forum. And it'd be nice if, for example, the admin panel were separate so that it could load on its own, and even if the main forum does not load, the admin panel still does. And that's, something that we want to work on as well. So, maybe we can work on something like that where there's a different interface for club moderators, but again, we don't want to deviate too far from the expected behavior of forum software. So there you go. And you just got some experience doing that as well. So and global moderators, that's a good question as well. The ability to do that is not there yet, although structurally it is fairly trivial because a global moderator is just a moderator everywhere, right? So
Yeah, we can
I'd imagine it would not be too difficult to add. Awesome.
Oh man,
Yeah.
thanks for coming up.
Thanks for coming up.
You actually made it past an hour. Like that read run order stuff to talk about after 15 minutes.
All right, I guess we'll wrap it up there. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Really appreciated the strong turnout comparatively. We sort of expected not many people to show up, so we're glad that a lot of people actually did show up and ask questions. Continue to be active on the community forum. We'll be around. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks everyone.
Thanks.
See ya.